Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to our channel. Nigerians are beginning to focus their attention on Rivers State. I can tell you for free that Honorable Ikenga, the House of Rep member representing Idiato in Imo State, is doing a fine job in escalating the situations going on in Rivers State. And one of our foremost senior advocates of Nigeria and human rights activist, lawyer Femi Falana, and this is what he has to say concerning this matter as he has decided to come into this case. But before we do that, kindly subscribe to our channel. Now, according to the news, human rights lawyer Femi Falana, senior advocate of Nigeria, SAN, has formally requested the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, Justice John Motosho, to reassign a case involving the Rivers State House of Assembly to the Port Harcourt Division. And the suit initiated by Martin Amewele's faction seeks to halt the withholding of the funds meant for local government in Rivers State, initially assigned to Justice Emeka Iwete and later to Justice Joyce Abdul Malik in Abuja. Falana's law firm argues that the Port Harcourt division is better suited for this case due to the local jurisdiction, as the defendants have offices there and many involved parties reside in that area. And in a letter dated October 25, 2024, the firm expressed concerns about potential bias in the Abuja division, citing recent comments by the Federal Capital Territory Minister Nyesom Wike regarding plans to construct housing for judges in Abuja. Now, Falana's firm argues that this could improperly influence judicial outcomes, contravening the constitutional guarantees of independence and impartiality. The letter emphasizes that the judiciary should maintain financial autonomy, noting that the National Judicial Council is responsible for housing judges. Falana's request highlights the importance of judicial integrity and the necessity of the appropriate venue selection for cases of significant public interest. While my colleague is in the house. Now, just this very unique question. I could still remember when Wike and was celebrating his 25 lawmakers in Rivers State, saying that they have tried, but Supreme Court will vindicate them. He said something unique, that how can he join issues with CBN and the federal government, and the jurisdiction will not be reversed? That's not possible. That since CBN is involved and CBN is a federal agency, that means it's a federal high court issue, and therefore they're dragging the case to federal high court, and that's where they will hear it. And you heard what happened yesterday, some few hours ago, when Ikenga mentioned what is already playing out. Yeah. You know, what's your take now with Femi Falana? That's a senior advocate of Nigeria. He's also a legal luminary.
Practiced for years.
Is now saying, actually, Omotosho, which is the chief judge in charge of the federal high court, should please move that case to Rivers. That is where all the parties involved are. What's your take?
Well, the situation is very cumbersome, or not just cumbersome, it's worrisome. Worrisome in the sense that already someone's interest is in this case, and that's Wike. And as much as his interest is in this case, and he had been able to prove his love to judiciary to a point whereby he's considered to be the golden boy of judiciary, it will be very difficult for any judge to go against the bidding of Wike. That is just the truth. I mean, all of this that is going on, not that they don't understand. And unfortunately, the situation of things in the country is troubling, and already I'm seeing the bleak future for judiciary. Considering the fact that if financial autonomy was given to NJC, to be the ones in charge of the building of the houses and all of that, and Wike decided to seize that opportunity and decide to seize lands so that he will build house, he wants to be in control of judiciary. And guess what? Till the day he leaves this world, he wants to be in control of judiciary. Because every time we know him now, very soon he will come out, he will come out and say, look at those idiots. That I build houses for them. Who build houses for judiciary? Who build houses for them? I build a house for them.
That's true.
But you built a house for them with public fund. It wasn't from your private pocket.
I think it's already in PDP.
Exactly, the whole thing is playing out. So the situation, I know very well that they won't listen to that later. of this person,
Femi Falana.
Femi Falana. Now, looking at the situation that Femi Falana is painting out, all the people, let's count the people that are involved in it. I think almost 4 defendants are involved. The CBN is there, that's number 1, because their intention is to send that letter to CBN to hold this thing. Number 2, it is the governor himself. Number 3, the LG chairman. Number 4, the so-called House of Assembly members. Okay. You understand? So for now, 3 of them are residing in Rivers State.
The governor of Rivers State.
Yeah, about 4 or 5 defendants are there. Now, all of them, let me say the claimant is these guys, Amewole. Then the other 4 defendants, 3 of them are situated in Rivers State. So why should the case be taken to Federal High Court and all of that? Just because they know that it is that's the only place he has so much power in. He will stay there and manipulations will take place and all of that just to make sure. And guess what? They're trying to run after the timeline. But I think at this point also, the president, when you see someone running helter-skelter like this, you shouldn't be scared of the people he's trying to work against. You should be scared of yourself, because someday he will come for you. It's like a father who had a child, and that child is fighting everybody outside. A day will come that situations that demand fighting will happen in the house, where maybe he's expected to tolerate it. He will not tolerate it. He will fight. So all of these things that president is quiet over, I don't know, maybe the man's health is not okay and all of that, but everybody seems to be enjoying, APC seems to be enjoying. The day will come that this whole thing will go after them, and they won't even be able to stand it. Don't forget that all these things that is going on, they may be thinking that they're totally in charge of it, but I can assure you that judiciary knows Wike more than even the president. They know Wike more than the president.
Okay, one more question before we wrap this up. Don't you think that these actions would lead to, because Nigerians are watching, even if they may not react immediately, don't you think that Nigerians are gradually watching the lack of dependency
and impartiality
of the judiciary, and the fact that governors too may decide to choose which court case that favors them to obey, and that will probably lead to anarchy and disrespect to the rule of law? Don't you think, in the nutshell, in the long run, we're looking at anarchy looming eventually?
Already, that is what is, and that's exactly what this guy was saying yesterday. Ugochinyere was saying. A lot of people say he's not part of the system. Why is he so bothered about Rivers State and all of that? Now, unfortunately, what is happening in Rivers State very soon? That is running it very soon. It will happen in all the states in Nigeria. We've heard it is happening in Kano State right now. Very soon it will happen.
44 NPP chairman sacked.
Now the intention of this
and the election is supposed to hold today.
And the man said he's going on with this thing, despite the fact that there's a court order. He's going on with the election today. They don't care. They are going on with the election.
So police now will not go there.
Police will not be a part of it. NCDC will not. These guys will not also be a part of it, because they have been informed to restrain from being a part of it. It's just the same thing that happened in Rivers State. So it's already staring at our face.
Now, but if that happens, does it now mean that the government will see that his election as illegal? They will not give him allocation.
Of course, because the first thing that they will present is a court case. Court order or court judgment that the people they are totally illegal. So for that reason, LG elections in Kano State has been cancelled. But you do that there. Another one is in Rivers State, and you know that whether we like it or not, in Kano State, those local government are the one giving revenue. By the time they shut down everything, the Rivers State here, because you have refused them to test this thing, they shut down everything. Would you have enough army to fight those two people?
Coupled with what is happening in Southeast right now.
You understand? A lot is happening in Southeast. So I think at this point, the president needs to think about his own regime. This one person in Rivers State, for example, one person's ego and ambition is all what this whole thing is about. It's not even about the love of the people,
Same thing with Kano.
Kano, the same thing. It's just one person. Not that person cares for the people, not that the person loves the people, not even that the person loves the rule of law. He doesn't love it. The only thing is that he's privileged to control it. And so that's why you are seeing him running helter-skelter. And guess what? I've always been saying this one thing, and I want it to be kept as a record, that the starter of these things, these people who are just starting it, they are just the babes of it. In future, we are going to see worse situation. A time will come even that judiciary will roll out a court injunction. Even if you take it to them, they'll stand in front of you and say they caught this thing and say there's nothing anybody can do about it. Very soon it's going to happen. Because why? The impartiality that brings a lot of respect to judiciary has diminished. You understand? The independency of judiciary is being destroyed. So everybody will start manipulating the judiciary very soon. Other guys, because Wike Ganduje, none of them will be on board for the next 200 years, or let me not say 200, the next 20 years. Some of them would have been in one way or the other. They may would have been put to a point whereby they are not really active. They may be influencing them, but they are not really active. New guys will take over. And when those new guys take over, it's going to be horrible. Another thing also is other judges who are growing in rank and file are seeing how these other judges are enjoying themselves. When they get there, why should it be different? The more money you give to me, the more I support you. Just like this guy had said, Buba Galadima, when he was interviewed. He said that today, that the judges are now the last hope, or the judiciary is now the last hope of the man with the deepest pocket. And unfortunately, that's where we are going. So, if the National Judicial Council wants to save the day, is for them to come in and begin to review some of the ex parte orders that have been given thus far and see how they can correct these things.
You review it, you lose your job. That's a good wrap it up.